Hey, good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I will be driving through the city of Mason, Ohio on this video, which is a relatively nice suburban-ish community. It's a half hour north of Cincinnati, and I believe they consider this city the part of the greater Cincinnati area. But anyhow, Mason, Ohio is located in Warren County, 30 minutes north of Cincinnati. Now the population here is 34,300 people, and this city has been growing at a rate of 8.2% as of the 2020 census. Now if you want to live in this nice suburban city, I'm going to call it a suburb, then the median home price is going to be $349,000. Now, I would say on the low end, if you're looking for anything that's half decent, be prepared to spend at least $280,000. If you're just looking to rent, your rent prices are going to go from $658 to $1,518. Those are your median rent prices. And as far as it goes for the crime in this city, the crime is just about triple below national average. So the violent crime is 2.75 times below the national average. And your property crime is 76% below national average. So I would say statistically, and also in concerns to the home price, I would consider this to be a suburb. Because as you guys just heard, crime is very low. Housing prices are relatively high, at least in accordance to Ohio standards. Now the racial makeup of the city is you got 80.7% white. You got 2.3% black, you got 10.8% Asian, you got 4.1% Hispanic. And I know many of you may have been thinking, at least up until this point, that Cincinnati was the home of King Island. And if you thought that, you're close. But actually, Mason, Ohio is the home of King Island. So if you're looking to go to King Island this coming spring in a few months or so, King Island is actually located in Mason, Ohio, not Cincinnati. And Mason, Ohio is also the home of Lindner Family Tennis Center, which is one of the largest tennis courts in the world. And the city's name was named after William Mason, which was a Revolutionary War veteran. And the city started when he purchased 640 acres of land for a whopping price of $1,700, which now is the downtown area of this city. And of course, as time went by, the city expanded itself. It grew like most cities in the United States did. And he purchased this piece of land on the 1st of June in 1803. Now, for 125 years, for the first 125 years of the existence of this city was a farming town, which had 5,700 people population. And then it was incorporated into a city in 1970. In which at that point, well, I'm pretty sure the city began to grow before 1970, but In 1970, it was incorporated into a city. And as of the 25th of October of 2021, the city council passed an ordinance to criminalize the deletion of unborn babies within the city limits by a vote of 4-3. And of course, the ordinance was later repealed. But to this day, there is no such clinic in the city limits. And if you're looking for some things to do in this city, of course, you got Kings Island, you got Soak City Water Park, and the Great Wolf Lodge Indoor Water Park for those summertime activities. Now, the indoor water park, I'm going to assume, is an all year round type of deal. As for the outdoor one, obviously, it's going to be seasonal. You got the Linder Family Tennis Center, and you also got the Saunders Brewing for those of you that like to drink a little bit. And maybe you might want to taste some fresh alcoholic beverages. Now, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents about this city. Now, obviously, when it comes to the housing prices, I'm a cheap butt. I consider myself to be relatively frugal when it comes to housing. But putting that aside, I will say for those of you that have the money, a minimum of $280,000 to move to this city and purchase yourself a home, or maybe a minimum of $700 per month to spare for rent for probably a studio apartment, I'm assuming, then, I would say if you're looking to live somewhere close to Cincinnati or in the greater Cincinnati area, and you don't want to live in the Cincinnati city limits, I would say this would be a decent alternative to that. For those of you that got a little bit of money, of course. Now, this city is not going to have the nice rolling hills and scenery as you would, like Northern Kentucky and even other suburban cities within this area might have, but nevertheless, it is a nice little city. It is a nice city to live in. It's got all the, it's got most of the typical suburban amenities here. So if you're looking for a nice, quiet suburban lifestyle in the greater Cincinnati area, you might want to check the city out. Now, I will say, when I look at the cost of housing in this city in comparison to other Midwestern suburban cities, honestly, the housing prices here are not that bad. Like, when you compare the housing prices here to a place like Carmel or Fishers, Indiana, I will say the housing prices here are a little bit cheaper. But you also got to bear in mind that Indianapolis also has a slightly stronger economy compared to Cincinnati. Now, when it comes to entertainment, I will say that Cincinnati has got Indianapolis beat. But for those of you that are more concerned about the economic aspect of a city, obviously, Cincinnati's economy, right now, like many other cities, there's most likely going to be a plethora of employment opportunities. But I would say prior to the pandemic, the economy here in Cincinnati, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best. So I would say like I said, I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about the greater Cincinnati area. I really don't. I don't have any complaints about Cincinnati. Now, would I live in the greater Cincinnati area? No, I wouldn't. I mean, me personally, I prefer to live somewhere where the climate's warmer. And even if I chose to leave Alabama for some crazy reason, I mean, there's a couple of other places that I would check into that are located in warmer climates. But if for some reason I had to come back to the Midwest, I'm sorry, but I'm more of a Hoosier person than I am a Buckeye person. Even though I was born and raised in the Buckeye State, I like Indiana better than Ohio. But let's get back to the point of Mason, Ohio. Now, I do think Mason is a nice city with plenty of amenities, not too far from Cincinnati. I don't really have anything bad to say about this city. I mean, like I said, it's just a typical suburban city in the Midwest. You're not going to find a whole bunch of rolling hills or super drop dead gorgeous backdrops like you will in other communities in this region of Ohio, or like you will in northern Kentucky. But if none of that seems to matter to you, then by all means come and check out this city. Alright folks, I'm gonna quit talking. I don't know what else to say. I think I've said enough. Like, when I do these type of videos, I try to say what I feel is important, and then I'm gonna give my 2 cents, and then I just keep it pushing. I'm not one of these type of YouTubers that are gonna sit around and talk for 45 minutes. Now, if I got something that's relevant to say, and it takes me that long to say it, then I'll say it. But other than that, just understand, when I do these type of videos, I say what I gotta say. I try to get to the point, and I keep it pushing. Alright folks, on that note, I thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Andrew's Life. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing that, because I will be dropping many more videos. I am doing a lot more traveling now. So, and as always, I thank every last one of you for interacting with this channel by putting comments in the comments section. Alright, on that note, I'm gonna let you guys finish watching the rest of this video, and everybody try to have a blessed one, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay.